Speaking on our prime time news bulletin at 7 p.m. on our sister channel Sirista TV, Southern Provincial Councillor Attorney at Law Maitri Gunaratne had this to say.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. This is not the first time that this is happening. Even prior to this, barriers were put up and the road was resurfaced, and the government took a major effort to protect Ranil Wickremesinghe. At the same time, even during the convention, when the tenure was extended to 6 years, the government provided about 3,000 army, police and STF personnel to ensure the success of that motion. This is the government's fixed deposit in the opposition. The government is engaged in a major operation to protect Ranil Wickremesinghe, who has become a resource for the government. Once again, the government has understood that Ranil Wickremesinghe will face major opposition following this election and have taken the same steps again. Ranil Wickremesinghe thinks that the people will forget about this election within 2 weeks, but we wish to tell him that we will not forget and that we will commence this struggle to rescue the United National Party in a week's time. I wish to clearly say to the people that we will stage a procession from Devinuwara to Colombo next week, and we will continue this struggle until Ranil Wickremesinghe steps aside.
The public and members of the Mahasangha have voiced their protest against a recent statement by UNP parliamentarian Harin Fernando that the manner in which the people of the North voted is an example for people in the South.
The people in the North have shown how one must vote with a straight back. The people of the North have given this country a good message for their intentions and the intentions of the nation. I believe that the other sections of the country will take this as an example. What we have to say to MP Harin Fernando is to first seek the forgiveness of the people of the South or the people of the Northwestern and Central provinces for this insulting remark. The people of these two provinces have proven through this election that they have both a spine and a head. That is why they say that they have not voted for a party which has a spineless leader.
Before the
election, MP Harin Fernando said this about Dasiri Jayasekara. Elections cannot be won by having a leader who has no strength and putting forward candidates who have no strength. Harin Fernando says that the people in the North have a spine. Not only the people in the North, but the people in the South too have a spine. These people voted for the right people and the right leader. They gave their vote to strong people. Where is the UNP? The candidates are weak and the leader is weak. So the people will not vote for them. Strong candidates must be put forward. Then there will definitely be a victory.
Now, a senior member of the UNP group in the Western Provincial Council says that the councillors unanimously adopted a proposal today for the reorganization of the party, including a change of leadership.
The senior member said that the proposal was put forward to the UNP group of the Western Provincial Council by Councillor Srinath Mahendra Perera, the son of parliamentarian Joseph Michael Perera.
The senior provincial councillor added that Councillor Srinath Mahendra Perera, presenting the proposal, had noted that the Western Provincial Council would be dissolved in the near future and that in order to be successful in a subsequent election, the proposed reorganization must take place. Furthermore, the council added that the opposition leader of the Western Province, Manjushri Arangala, had noted that he would bring the matter up in the working committee. A proposal put forward today calling for the reorganization of the UNP and a change in the leadership was unanimously adopted by the UNP group of the Western Provincial Council today. When we made inquiries regarding this from Councillor Srinath Harendra Perera, who put forward the proposal, he said that he had put forward a proposal and that he could not comment further on the matter. Srinath Harendra Perera noted that after the letter containing the proposal is prepared and addressed to the relevant persons, he could give further comment.
Let's take a look at the views expressed by two ministers on the defeat of the UNP.
We have secured 80% of votes, but in the run-up to this election, all the allegations were against the government. Allegations were also leveled that the government waged war and killed Tamil people. But the government came in second and secured 8 seats. The United National Party that always went marketing for nationalist secessionism has not managed to secure even 1 seat. In Parliament, Dasiri Jayasekara quoted Ranil Wickremesinghe as saying to his parliamentary group that the army would be defeated in Kilinochchi because of the onset of the monsoon. Wickremesinghe, who thought of such defeats, has secured 1 vote in Kilinochchi. I do not know, but it is possible that even the candidates did not vote.
මම දන්නේ අපේක්ෂකයවත් ඡන්ද දීලා නැතුව වෙන්නේ.
බිත්තර වලින් එකක් අරින්න රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ මහත්තයාට.
Send an egg to Vikramsinghe. He is weak, so send him an egg every morning.
හැමදාම උදේට එතුමාට බිත්තරයක් අරින්න. නැත්තම් කවදාකවත් ආත්මයක් නැහැ. පෙළපාලි ගිහිල්ලා සිරිකොතේ. ඇති කැඩුව නැත්තේ ගිය සැරේ වගේ ගිය සැරේ අලියත් උස්සගෙන ගියා. මේ සැරේ අලිය උඩින් ගහලා තියෙන්නේ. මොන අලිය උඩින් ගැහුවත් මේ අලියට උඩ පනින්න බෑනේ.
He wants to lose 27 times and enter the Guinness Book of Records. On that front, Ranil Wickremesinghe has claimed a major victory.
මහත්තයා ඉතා විශාල ජයග්‍රහණයක් ලැබුවා.
In more local news, the guitarist of a popular band has been admitted to the Ragama Teaching Hospital after being assaulted allegedly by a Wathala Pradesh Sabha member.
Guitarist Supun Sandharu said that he was assaulted as he hadn't performed a song for a concert. It was all swollen. There was a lot of swelling. The swelling has gone down a little after treatment. I went to see the show. I did not charge any money to sing a song. I went to see the show because of my friend. I said that I could not sing at this instance and therefore I was leaving. Then they asked, "Are you trying to leave?" And then two people dragged me to where Johan Wickremesinghe was. And all of them who were gathered there drinking began to assault me. Supun is a friend of mine and a neighbor. There was a conflict there between them, but I was not involved in any way. I did not ask Supun to sing. When he arrived, we exchanged pleasantries, but we did not speak further. A clash broke out there suddenly. I tried to separate them, and I was dealt one or two blows as well. I do not know who attacked whom. I was the one that put Supun into the car along with Nimedana. There are many ways in which one can do good things and build a good character. But we condemn with the utmost distaste a city which would assault artists. We are making inquiries to ascertain the truth of the matter. Supun Sandharu was attacked, and as the chairman of the Singers Association and as a fan, I see this as an incident that must be condemned with the utmost distaste.
Well, as we mentioned to you earlier, the 68th United Nations General Assembly commenced a short while ago at the UN headquarters in New York.
Secretary General of the UN, Ban Ki-moon, opened the session with his remarks on Syria, saying that military action is an illusion and the only answer is a political solution.
But without a credible military threat, the Security Council had demonstrated no inclination to act at all.
It was all about Syria. US President Barack Obama focused his attention on US engagement in the Middle East, the Syrian crisis, and Iran.
I've made it clear that even when America's core interests are not directly threatened, we stand ready to do our part to prevent atrocities and protect basic human rights.
Among those who were present today at the opening session of the 68th UN General Assembly was Sri Lankan President Mahinda Rajapaksa. Speaking at the UN General Assembly that commenced today, UN Chief Ban Ki-moon said the Syrian government must fully and quickly honor the obligations it has assumed in acceding to the Chemical Weapons Convention. Ban Ki-moon said the leaders are here to serve the peoples and to empower the United Nations to be more than first responder or last resort.
Chief Justice Mohan Peiris says that the endeavour to deliver justice to the community can only succeed if there is cooperation between the bar and the bench.
Now, the Chief Justice made these remarks at the opening of a courtroom in Colombo today.
Court number 7 of the Colombo District Court was allocated today for the hearing of matrimonial and custody cases under the auspices of Chief Justice Mohan Peiris. Prominent members of the legal fraternity, including the President of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka, Attorney at Law Upul Jayasuriya, were present at the occasion.
This initiative can only succeed if the bar and the bench was to be together in this common endeavour to deliver justice to the community. So it is actually in your hands to ensure that we actually succeed in this endeavour. Buildings are just buildings. This building with a judge and the clerk means nothing if we do not give life to what goes on inside this court.
In business news tonight, Sri Lanka's trade deficit expanded by 40% in July this year compared with July the previous year.
Latest data released by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka indicates that import expenditure increased by 20.8%, while export income only increased by 8%.
Export income, which was $794.4 million in July last year, increased to $857.8 million in July this year. Agricultural export revenue increased by 21.6%, while industrial export revenue increased by 3.7%. Import expenditure, which stood at $1,325 million in July last year, increased by 20.8% to $1,601 million in July this year. The CBSL notes that import expenditure on fuel increased by 110%. Against this backdrop, the trade deficit, which was $530 million in July last year, increased by 40% to $743 million as of July 2013.
Well, wicketkeeper Kaushal Silva scored a personal best today with the Willow. He scored a total of 193 runs against New Zealand A in the second unofficial test match of the Sri Lanka A team.
The four-day unofficial test match between Sri Lanka A and New Zealand A teams is being held at the Rangiri Dambulu International Stadium in Dambulla. Sri Lanka declared the first innings at 555 runs for 6 in 128 overs today, the second day of the four-day match.
Well, that's it from all of us here at the MTV News First Desk for today. But before we leave you tonight, here's a look at the forecasted weather conditions for some of the key areas in Colombo and around Sri Lanka for the next 24 hours. I'm Mahina Bongzo.
I'm Shane Silva. Take care and good night.
First at 9.
Hotline 0114-896-896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.